10 years ago, a violent uprising began. Since then, it's shaken the northeast of Nigeria and neighbouring countries. It's a conflict that's killed more than 30,000 people and displaced millions more. I'm talking, of course, of Boko Haram. Boko Haram means Western education is forbidden. It was formed by this man, Mohammed Yusuf. He hated the West and was very critical of the government, which he saw as corrupt and un-Islamic. He was a charismatic speaker whose followers were a mixed bag, not only some of society's poorest, but also upper class and university students. In July 2009, Boko Haram staged a failed uprising against the Nigerian government. 800 people were killed and many of their members arrested. Authorities thought they'd successfully crushed the group when Mohammed Yusuf was killed in police custody. Just a year after the uprising, one of Yusuf's lieutenants, Abubakar Shekau, announced he was now the new leader of Boko Haram. In August 2011, Boko Haram made international headlines when it sent a car bomb into the United Nations compound in Abuja. 23 people were killed and more than 75 injured. But Boko Haram's most notorious attacks were when they targeted schoolgirls. One night in April of 2014, students of the girls' secondary school of the northern town of Chibok were sleeping in their dormitories. But armed members of Boko Haram stormed the boarding school. They bundled 276 terrified schoolgirls together and took them away. But although a number of them have been released in the last 5 years, more than 100 of the students are still missing.
Kurujanta was once a village that lived in peace. Now it's a place of death. The village had no protection. On Tuesday it was attacked. Bodies were dumped in wells, a macabre sight as workers came from the Jos Central Mosque to recover them. Local people say between 100 and 150 died. Those figures can't be verified. We saw 7 bodies recovered. In this house, the charred remains of a 5-year-old child. There were also women killed. And inside this cardboard box, a sight too shocking to show: the burned body of a baby only a few months old.
If the federal government of Nigeria can do justice, this is the right time for them to bring an end to this type of, because this is massacre, this is massacre, this is massacre. We don't know why, no. What did we do? What have we done? Why? No, it's terrible. This is my wife. You can see her, look at her. No, it's terrible, it's terrible.
The victims here are Muslims, mostly from the Hausa tribe. Villagers claim the killers were Christians from the Biram tribe. The allegation is hotly denied by a Biram elder who claimed men from outside the area were responsible. One more atrocity in a trail of killing that's hard to comprehend, and it hasn't been one-sided. The grief has engulfed both Muslims and Christians. For now, this man mourns a wife who's had to share a grave with 4 other victims, and his 2 sons are still missing. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Kurujanta, Nigeria.
Another issue I would like to refer to is what happened in Nigeria, my dear brothers and sisters. And look at the double standard ruling this world. When 16 people were killed in California, the entire world reacted by condemning that terrorism and that violence. When 130 people killed in Paris, the entire world and the entire human society reacted by condemning that violence and terrorism. This past week, the Nigerian army committed a huge massacre in which over 800 Shia Muslims were killed within matters of a few hours. People who were peacefully protesting in Nigeria were killed and massacred by the Nigerian army. Now I want to bring this to your attention. The biggest threat in Nigeria, we know what that biggest threat is. It is Boko Haram, a terrorist organization that has been terrorizing people in Nigeria. For that coward military, Nigerian military, to go after, and instead of going after Boko Haram, They go after a bunch of peaceful people who are protesting peacefully, massacring them, killing them, including their leader, Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaki, and his family, his wife and his children. 4 of his children were killed, including his wife, and the man was severely injured. Why is that? Isn't this another form of terrorism?